Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we got a ban list. And not just any ban list, a large ban list that we are going to be having for our national season. Now, I've already seen the ban list, so this is not going to be a reaction. It dropped at like 3 in the morning for me, and I started my new job today, which means I could not stay up until 3 in the morning. And I saw it when I woke up. I've had a whole day to think about it, so I'm just kind of going to share my general thoughts and what I think the format's going to be in right now. So, starting with Unlimited, we have Cyberjar, 2 Danger Monsters, Ava, and a Monkey Board. Monkey Board might have mattered if they unbanned Electromite, but they hate Pendulum, so they didn't. The other 4 I don't really think are going to do anything. Like, what are these for? Like, Ava is for Drytron, but I don't think Drytron can keep up with the format. Cyberjar literally could have come off 10 years ago and it wouldn't have changed anything. And the Dangers are like, what deck even plays Dangers at this point? Like, Dark World maybe? I don't think these are gonna matter. Now, semi-limited. Yeah, this is large. This is huge. I don't think I've ever seen this many cards. I don't think I've ever seen this many cards be put in the semi-limited list, like, ever. And they're definitely going for a different approach to hitting cards than they usually do. So let's get into it. We have Black Dragon Collapse Open and White Dragon Wyvern Burster. These are fine. These are just like small consistency hits for Dragon Link, I believe. Then we have Snake Eye Ash and Snake Eye Poplar, which are nice. And I would say this is a nice little mini buff to Snake Eyes. Well, unfortunately, Bonfire went to 1 as well, so they ultimately still lost more starters than they gained, so I don't really think this is gonna do anything for them. Then, we have Morphing Jar, which, again, no, why is this not free? Who gives a shit about Morphing Jar? But then, the spicy ones. We have Extra Ryzeal, Ice Ryzeal, and Sword Ryzeal, as well as Malice P. Dormouse, Malice P. White Rabbit, and Malice in Underground. Now, these semi-limits are definitely a lot rougher for Malice than they are for Ryzeal. You know, Ryzeal still has the 1 Bonfire. They still have the 7th Ascension and the 7th Tachyon, which can also search their cards. So Malice is it like, how many stars have? Like 2, 4, 6, 7. They're like 13 1-card starters still. So like, Ryzeal's still very consistent. Malice, however, now is dropped down to 6. You can play Signet Mining as a starter for Malice, but Signet Mining does mean you can't play your single remaining copy of Shifter, and also, unlike, you know, a card like 7th Tachyon or Bonfire, if that one gets Ash Blossom, you went -1, so in terms of consistency, this is really rough for Malice. Next up, Limited. We have Bestial Druisworm. I think we all saw this coming. Druisworm's a really good card, and in all honesty, it's surprising it hasn't been hit earlier. It's also very warranted. Dimension Shifter is a very good hit. I think, you know, a lot of you that know me know that I am somewhat of a Dimension Shifter enthusiast. I really like this card. I play a lot of Shifter decks. Despite that, I will be the first to tell you that Shifter is incredibly unfair and probably shouldn't exist in this game. The fact that they kept it at 1 is kind of frustrating because it just leaves it as this, like, really sacky little one-off card that you're sometimes just going to draw and just win the game off of, but I don't know. I think, like, it's fine at 1. Though, in my opinion, Shifter is a card that you either have it at 3 or you ban it, right? It's like you either approve of this being in your game or you don't. Masterpiece is your Drake of Slaying King. This doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Masterpiece is funny. It's cool that he's back. Not gonna matter. Mathmax Circular. Why? 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 Why is Mathmax Circular here? Mathmax Circular is such a stupid card. It's so broken. Like, this doesn't even work that well with Malice, because Malice, like, locks you into links. And this isn't even that searchable outside of just Signet Mining. Like, I think Circular is an incredibly frustrating card because, like, it's like the epitome of just, like, 20 hand traps and, like, the one guy that wins you the game when he resolves, but whatever. Ryzeal Detonator, I think, is a good hit. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of Kashtira or Iceheart going to 1 while getting its starters put to 2. But yeah, detonator going to 1 definitely matters, because the second detonator, even the third detonator, comes up in a lot of Ryzeal matches. It also means if you catch your Unicorn 1, or if you like Metal Tronus 1, it's just gone, and you don't have to deal with it anymore for the rest of the duel. Which definitely is a hit to Ryzeal, but I mean, detonator is still an incredibly broken card. Bonfire is going to 1. Buy 7th Tachyon, buy 7th Tachyon, buy 7th Tachyon. Brilliant Fusion's going to 1. That's funny. I don't know how good this is, but Gem Knight support coming in the Battles of Legends set in 2 months will definitely like this. Crossout Designator going to 1. A lot of people have been complaining about Crossout Designator in the format, so I do understand why it's going to 1. At the same time, it kind of just feels like, no, if you're playing Malice, your turn gets skipped by Lancia. You don't get to have counterplay. You don't get to have a way to fight back. All your starters go to 2, and you can defend yourself even less from the card that already auto-wins the matchup. And specifically for Malice, Crossout to 1 is terrible. It is incredibly frustrating. But for every other deck in the game, it's probably fine. And then Triple Tactics Talons. I think that's fine. Talons has kind of like always been teetering on like being a little bit too broken for its own good. I think what really sets it over the edge is the hand rep effect. Most modern decks are able to play through 1 hand trap anyway, and you need like 2 to 3 of them to actually meaningfully stop them. And Talons just feels like, oh, you hand trap me once? Well, now I know your whole hand. Also, you have no starter. Go fuck yourself. Like, the hand rip effect is probably the most overpowered effective Talons, and I'm glad to see it go to 1. So at least when you're going first, it's less sacky. Like, going second, you can always just substitute the Talons for thrusts, right? Like, if you're playing, say, Striker, and you're blinding second, you can just, oh well, take out 1 Talons, put in an extra thrust, done, you know? Because you will just be able to get it through that when you're going second. But when you're going first, you don't need to hard open it, which I think is fair. And then bans. We have Nightmare Griffin banned, which is completely warranted. Nightmare Griffin is a ridiculously good floodgate that was very abusable. I'm glad to see it gone. Link Decoder, on the other hand, I think is a little bit of an overreaction. I think Link Decoder specifically being banned makes this ban list hit Malice so much harder than it hit Ryzeal. Which I think is ridiculous considering how much better Ryzeal's been performing at every stage of play. It is topping more regionals. It is topping more YCSs. It is topping more YCSs by a large amount in a lot of top cuts. And it's like won multiple YCSs where Malice has lost all of them. Like, Malice hasn't won a single YCS. So, I don't understand why Link Decoder is here. Like, I've seen people say Link Decoder is, like, a really good extender. And, like, yeah, it is. So, there's a lot of really good extenders in this game. Especially considering that you're already making Malice a lot more bricky, and now it also loses the hand traps a lot more. Where Ryzeal just feels like it still has a lot of starters to it. Abyss Dweller, yeah, that's good. Like, I don't understand how Abyss Dweller survived as long as it did, and I think most of us don't know how it survived as long as it did. This also makes certain decks like White Forest and Mermail a lot better going second into Ryzeal, since they don't get, like, half their cards turned off. And Bahamut, yeah, I don't know why this isn't Toad. Like, let's be honest, this should have been Toad. I don't know why this is not Totally Awesome. Totally Awesome has been banned before. Like, Konami knows Toad is a problem card. They had to ban it before. I don't understand why they won't just ban it again. But whatever. I guess every single water deck has to suffer for Mermail. Also, Mermail can still just hand loop your ass. So, I don't know what the plan was here. Overall, I think the list, like the list is good. Like, it's definitely a good list. It curbs most of the meta decks in a meaningful way. My biggest complaint about the ban list is probably, where the hell are the Fiendsmith cards? Like, I understand we were not gonna ban any Fiendsmith cards because Engraver's getting a reprint, like, next week. But, like, not even tracked to 1? Really? Not even, like, the smallest consistency hit to a card you're not even reprinting? Oh well. Buy your Fiendsmith cores, everybody!